Hello everyone, it is me, Bluebells5529 here, and today we're going to do another showcase video. This time it's showcasing Edward. This was made using Sparkshot's K2V4 locomotive, and I am very impressed with it. Now, we'll start with the tender first before we get into this. The tender is basically a Dapple Fowler tender. And I basically took the motor out, and I painted it up. And I need to add a little hook there, and I probably need to repaint the buffer beam because it looks like it got cracked a little bit. But never mind about that. Lining on the back, and the number 2. Number 2 is a little small compared to James's, which I'll show you here. Yeah, and by the way, this is a different tender to James, so James has now a different tender. But the tender is basically standard, not much to it. The coupling mechanism is based off of Sparkshots. Now for the main body. Okay, originally I used Allen Gibson wheels, the proper ones that you should use for this. But it got into a little accident thanks to me pushing too hard on the wheel. I was trying to push it in, make the axle. Never mind. Well, these are from a Dapple Fowler as well, actually. These wheels here. And the bogie is also custom made. This whole thing wasn't powered, so I just decided to power it up myself. The motor is a Bachmann, Thomas, Percy, and James motor, because they all share the same motors, with a different gear. This gear came from a very old 060 Hornby model, so I just snatched this part and this bit out of it and used it on this model. It's fairly light, and as you can see by blue tacked the smoke box door, it doesn't have that much weight to it. But don't knock this model down. It is actually very nice. I'm very happy with this. Now, the guard irons, I'm not sure if I actually put them on right. Pretty sure I did. And I added the brake pipe and the hook. But I'm quite pleased with it. Oh, and also the back here, I painted the cab. And the coupling mechanism is falling off. I'll fix that up in a little bit. But I am very impressed with this. He's made 4 K2s, and not just those versions, he's also made quite a few others, which look very nice as well. I picked this one because this looks like the most current version of Edward to date, so I decided to pick this one. It was either this one or the V2 version, but I decided to go with this one because this one looks more like Christopher Audrey's Edward. And I'm a big fan of Christopher Audrey's illustrations. So I decided to go with this. But yeah, it's a paint job. I did have to cut part of the boiler to fit the chassis. And the coupling rods are also Sparkshots. I forgot to mention that. With solder painted on there. Thanks for Knuckles for that idea. And the rest of the paint job, you guys be the judge. I quite like it. The only problem I have, though, is the wheels. But I'll fix those up later. Give them bigger wheels, more proper K2 wheels. But I quite like it. What do you guys think? And just a shot of it hooked up to the tender, if it will hook on. So here's the size comparison with the first Sparkshot model I ever bought, which is the Class 28 Mogul. And as you can see here, Edward is a little smaller than James, but the tenders are the exact same. Both tenders are Airfix Fowlers. If I said Dapple instead of Airfix, I apologize. This is the E2 body I have. This is the V2 version. I painted it up into BR black simply because I did not like how it turned out, if I'm honest, because for one thing, the chassis was being buggy, and I accidentally threw away the cab doors. So yeah, I'll fix this up at another time. I'm gonna make another Railway Series Thomas V2, and it's gonna look a lot more different compared to my first Thomas. So look out for that. And here is another size comparison with Henry and Gordon. As you can see, Edward fits quite well with the two. So what do you guys think? You guys be the judge. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for some still pictures of the motor, and well, basically the progress, and also it running. So I'll see you in the next video.